Marco D'Angelo here for Wager Talk TV with my Sizzling Six for this year's Kentucky Derby. Checking in at number 6 is Commandment. This is a horse on a 4-race winning streak, but he can't keep his rider. His margin of victory keeps getting smaller, and his last 2 wins were by just a neck and a nose. In those last 2 wins, he got the absolute perfect trips to win those races. His racing style does suit the Kentucky Derby, as he is what I like to refer to as a stalker. He will be mid-pack. That gives him close enough to the leaders, but not on a fast pace, but it also gives him the jump on all of the closers when they turn for home. And when you're a stalker and you're in the middle of the pack, that eliminates half the field that you don't have to navigate through. Luis Saez picks up the mount in this race. Luis Saez will be riding him for the first time. 4 different jockeys have been on Commandment, and he keeps losing his riders. Saez is a good rider, but I like him better on a horse that's on the front end than a horse that comes from behind. Everybody keeps picking off. I think there's a reason. I'm going to leave Commandment as my number 6 horse. Checking in at number 5 is the Puma. The Puma has 4 career starts, a win, 2 seconds, and a third. His Beyer speed figures keep getting better, posting a career-high 100 Beyer figure in his last race. That was the Florida Derby when he lost by just a nose to Commandment. I think he might have made his move just a second or 2 early in that race. He was caught wide in the last turn, swooped to the lead, and then got back down to the rail and just got beat at the wire by Commandment. This is a horse that's getting better with each and every start. The only knock on this horse is the fact that he doesn't like to be inside of traffic. That's why he usually ends up wide in the turn. If he can manage a clean trip in the Kentucky Derby, he is a big factor in this race. Hey guys, don't forget, hit the like and subscribe button. You'll never miss a video from us, and we're going to have complete Kentucky Derby coverage leading right up to the Kentucky Derby on Saturday, May 2nd. Don't forget, our big Kentucky Derby show will be out on Monday of Derby week once they draw the post positions over the weekend. And guys, if you want to get my actual Kentucky Derby selections, you can get my big Kentucky Derby package on Saturday. Head over to wagertalk.com or go directly to my homepage, WTBuzz/MD. And if you use coupon code Derby and the number 2, Derby and the number 2, if you've never bought from Wager Talk before, I'll give you my $39 package for just $2. That's the price of a $2 win ticket if you're a first-time buyer and use coupon code Derby2. All right, continuing with my Sizzling Six, checking in at number 4 is Emerging Market. Just how good is Emerging Market? Well, he'll be trying to do something that only one other horse has ever done in the Kentucky Derby. And you have to go all the way back to 1883 when Leonidas won the Derby with only 2 career starts under his belt. He's made those 2 starts, but he's done everything right in those 2 starts, winning both of them, starting with his maiden victory in his first start, and then in the Louisiana Derby, he had an impressive come-from-behind win as he picked up horses through the turn and collared them in the stretch for the win. In that race, he posted a 97 Beyer speed figure. If he takes another jump that first Saturday in May, this is a horse that could be right there at the finish line. He has Flavian Pratt as his jockey and Chad Brown as his trainer, and that's 2 of the best in the business. He may lack experience, but he does have one thing that no other horse in this year's Kentucky Derby has done so far, and that is win a race at a mile and 3/16, as most horses have only gone a mile and an eighth so far. The Kentucky Derby is a mile and a quarter, so he has shown that he can go the extra distance. We'll see if this added distance suits him on that first Saturday in May, as Emerging Market might just be the emerging horse in this year's Kentucky Derby. Checking in at number 3 is Further Ado. Further Ado is part of the 3 horses trained by Brad Cox in this year's Kentucky Derby. Further Ado owns the highest Beyer speed figure of any horse in this year's Kentucky Derby. He posted a 106 Bluegrass Beyer. I was there that day, that Saturday at Keeneland Racetrack. It was an impressive victory as he won by 11 lengths, drawing away from the field through the stretch. But I got to be honest, that field was pretty soft that day. His main contender was scratched earlier in the day, and that left the race wide open for him, and he won the race easily. Now, off of that big win, Irad Ortiz, who rode him, has decided to ride a different horse in the Kentucky Derby. We'll have more about that later. John Velasquez picks up the mount, and a very capable jockey indeed, as he's won several Kentucky Derbies. History has said, though, the Kentucky Derby winner generally doesn't come through the Bluegrass Stakes. But this is still a horse that can't be ignored that first Saturday in May. Checking in at number 2 is Chief Wallabee. Chief Wallabee may be the best horse in the Kentucky Derby, and he almost didn't get in. He was just outside the top 20 in points for the Kentucky Derby. But since a couple horses have already scratched out of the Kentucky Derby, he has gotten in that top 20 in points. This is a horse that only has 3 career starts, but he's getting better in each start. And if you look at those 3 starts, he has a win, a second, and a third. And if you look at the second and third, it was by less than a length combined. He lost by a neck and he lost by a nose. This is a horse that's getting better as he goes, and I think this horse is sitting on a big race for that first Saturday in May. The Florida Derby race, when he got beat, he got caught inside down at the rail and didn't get out till late. And when he did get out, he had to actually go sideways, which he lost momentum. And once he got out and was able to give the horse his head, he had to try to split 2 horses. The Puma was on the inside and Commandment was on his outside. I can tell you, young horses don't like going through narrow openings, and I think that cost him the race. If he gets to the outside, I think it would have been a different story in the Florida Derby. This is a horse that's going to get lost on the tote board because he's lost 2 other horses in this race. Don't sleep on Chief Wallabee. He's my number 2 contender. And checking in at number 1 is Renegade. And you know what? In Irad, I trust. Irad Ortiz has won just about every race that there is to win except the Kentucky Derby. And he has ridden 3 different horses in this year's Kentucky Derby. He had the choice of which horse he wanted to ride. He decided to ride Renegade. And I'm going to trust him with his decision here. And Renegade comes into this race off of 2 races off a layoff. I've always said the best race in a horse's form cycle is the 3rd start off of a layoff. He's coming through the Arkansas Derby. We've seen horses use the Arkansas Derby as a stepping stone to the Kentucky Derby winner's circle. The only race that's done better than that has been the Florida Derby. I like this horse. He's heading in the right direction. And the fact that Irad Ortiz had his choice between 3 horses, all 3 horses which have undefeated this season, tells me this is the best horse in the race. I'm going to go ahead and go with Renegade as our top choice. Now, guys, this video was done prior to the post-position draw. The post-position draw will be held on Saturday, April 25th. Once we have the post positions, we'll be back with our full Kentucky Derby show at Wager Talk TV. Be sure you don't miss that video, as we'll make any adjustments we need to make after the post positions are drawn. And if you like this video, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you want to make sure you never miss a video, hit the subscribe button, as you'll be notified every time we have a new video. And leave me a comment. I want to know, do you think I'm right with my Sizzling Six? Who do you like in this year's Kentucky Derby? Let me know in the comment section.